As 5 minutes and 43 seconds into the first period, Chris Andre scored a power play goal, assisted by Michael Behrens and Cameron Hardiak. We won't keep relishing the fact that I don't think that was Andre's goal. I think it was Sam Basic, and Andre is on an assist. But we'll let that go anyhow. Chris Andre scores a power play goal 5 minutes and 43 seconds into the first period. He was assisted by Michael Behrens and Cameron Hardiak. And then 9 minutes and 24 seconds into the first period, Alex Herman of the Billings Bulls scores an unassisted goal to tie this game at 1. And they just made an announcement there. Number 14, Reed Kaiser of the Billings Bulls, I guess is actually here from Cody. So I guess kudos to him, I guess, playing for the enemy right now, but that's okay. Sometimes you got to go someplace to play hockey, and congratulations to him as your Billings Bulls are getting ready, or your Yellowstone Quake are getting ready to come back onto the ice as they look to try and end their 10-game or their 2-game losing streak right now against the Billings Bulls, the arch rival 100 miles to the north. Right now the Bulls are out shooting, or the Yellowstone Quake are out shooting the Billings Bulls 21-9. As we get underway for second period action here from the Victor J. Riley Arena in beautiful Cody, Wyoming, as TCT West is bringing you the action on mywyoming.org. Now there's a conversation going on with Captain TJ Lozier and the official wearing the stripes tonight, Chris Delaney. We'll see how that comes. Everything looks okay as Mr. Delaney gives a tap to Lozier on the tush, and looks like everything's scored away and we'll get going. As Lozier relays the message to Coach Brad Zangs. As George Spleichel now will come out. I certainly apologize to the Spleichel family. I've been butchering that poor gentleman's name for the whole season. But Spleichel's out there, wins the draw over to Sandura. Sandura sends it off the boards to Connor Hayden. Hayden's going to send it all the way across as Billings going to pick it up in the corner. As Thompson and Stark are there, Sandura comes out with it behind the net. Sandura off the boards to Michael Behrens. That's going to be kept in by Nasby. And then sent back out as Wilkinson will give chase for Billings and send up to center ice to Stark. Intercepted, Spleichel has it. Spleichel's going to send it around the corner, and the Bulls, or the Quake are going to go on a line change. Nasby up ahead to Coulter Endy. There's an edge there. It's going to be sent in by Tisch. Tisch has it. Tisch still has it, battling in front of his bench there. Billings going to come out with it. That's going to send it in. Sticks and Whitehead sends it behind the Quake goal. Herman has it for Billings. Centering pass knocked away. Fabian tried to go for a centering pass. Luckily it went up one of the sticks and back behind their goal. The slew of players get together as the official tries to get them to move it, and they finally do. As Vat and Fabian are together battling for the puck. They come out, Chris Andre tries to get it. That's not going to happen. Fricky now is just going to pick it up high and send it down. Andre down there, nice centering pass. Basic wasn't quite ready for it. Basic goes in the corner hard. Be sent out, intercepted by Billings. Billings across the center line and sends it in. Slide's just going to knock that away as Fricky's going to pick it up. Fricky goes up to Basic. That's going to be intercepted, set back in. Lansing's going to knock it down. Andre over to Lansing. Lansing's going to bring it in. Battles for it. Knocks Slutty off the puck. Puck still loose. Now Lozier's going to come back to center ice and pick it up. Lozier goes for a pass. Can't control there. I have an icing call now on the Quake. Lozier went for a no-look pass there. Just a little bit wide off the tape there of Brian Stanley. And the Quake get called on an icing call. Now it looks like we'll have Lozier and Christopher Tim of the Billings Bulls on the face-off. Kind of an even draw there. The Quake had it. And Stanley and Rizzo get together as it's sent all the way down. Icing was waved off. Puck's going to be controlled by Christopher Tim of the Billings Bulls. That's going to be sent down. Andrew Lansing now has it for the Quake. He's going to send it across, looking for Brian Stanley. Stanley can't control it. Now Christopher Tim has it for the Bulls. Fricky knocks that down at center ice. In comes Newman. Newman's shot's deflected, never gets on goal. As Stanley goes in the corner to get it. And the Bulls come out with it. Sent back down. Rizzo and Stanley get together. Now Lozier's in there. Lozier's going to send it in. And back to retee that's going to be Dexter Neely of the Bulls. Be sent across to Cisco Eastley. Kept in by Thompson. Lansing up to Newman. Newman looking for Tisch. That's going to be intercepted by Hayden. And then Sandura has it. Sandura up to Newman. Newman sends it in as the Quake go on a line change. And Nick Wackerly is going to pick up Newman's shot from center ice, and both teams go on a line change now. As the Spleichel, Tisch, Barron's line's now on there, along with Janssen and Tanner Fricky. Even draw. Tisch had a quick shot that was knocked away. Fricky's going to pick it up over to Spleichel. Spleichel's going to send it in. Now Fricky's going to control it at center ice. Fricky's going across the corner all the way. Sent back in. As Wilson Spleichel go in the corner to try and get it. Fricky with a shot that's going to go off. Wackerly's kick save, that's going to go above the ice. And then Nick Nasby has some words as he gets in there late. And it looks like Michael Behrens is going to go. Two minutes for head contact? As Wilkinson, Adam Wilkinson of Billings will go with him, so these penalties will offset.
Bulls penalty number 11. Adam Wilkinson, 2 minutes for head contact. Quick penalty number 9, Michael Behrens, 2 minutes for roughing.
So Behrens gets 2 minutes for roughing. Wilkinson from Billings gets 2 minutes for head contact. Obviously both those penalties offset. And Billings controls it behind their goal. This picked up, knocked away by Andre there. Goes through Janssen's feet. Fricky back there to pick it up. He's going to send it in. It's going to go up high. Try to be gloved by Slutty. He couldn't control it. Fricky now goes back to pick it up. Fricky tries to send it in. Andre's going to catch it. Up ahead to Fabian. Fabian to Sam Bassage. Bassage looking for some help over to Janssen. Janssen takes a shot. Nothing happens there. A couple Billings players bounce off him. Takes another shot that's knocked away. It's sent up. Andre couldn't keep it in. Icing's waved off. Slade's going to come back and pick it up. Tries to kind of flip it. Now Lozier has it at center ice. He's going to send it in. Nice pass to Newman. Newman to Fabian. Michael Fade. Fade was taken down. No call there. Lozier now has it. He's going to take a shot that goes wide. Fade whiffs at it. Billings now tries to control it. It's sent in. Hardiak has it to Sender. Back over to Hardiak. Up ahead to Newman. Newman and Neely both go down. Fade gets absolutely blasted. And now we're going to have a penalty, 2 minutes for tripping on one of the Billings players. So your Yellowstone Quake will go back on the power play as number 16, Nick Rizzo, gets 2 minutes for tripping.
Bulls penalty number 16, Nick Rizzo, 2 minutes for tripping.
And there's the official call there as we're still tied 1-1 with 14 minutes, 45 seconds left in the second period. The Billings Bulls won, your Yellowstone Quake won. As the Spleichel Tisch Barron's line comes out, along with Janssen and Fricky. Be controlled in the corner. Bassage is out there now on this line, on the power play line, as Fricky has it at the point. Fricky looks back over to Spleichel. Spleichel shoots. That goes through the crease. Janssen there to keep it in. Michael Behrens now has it in the corner. Behind the net with Bassage. Bassage shoots. Goes off the pole. Jimmy Tisch there to try and keep it in. And there's a clear there by the Bulls. It's going to go all the way down, and Schletty's going to have to play it. As Fricky's going to pick it up to get things set up. He's going to leave it off for Spleichel. Spleichel's going way up ahead to Sam Bassage. Bassage's going to race in. He's going to shoot high. Never got on net. Jimmy Tisch to keep it in. That puck's going to go over the top of Fricky's stick. Schletty there to pick it up once again. Up ahead to Fricky. Fricky goes across the center line, the blue line. Taps it in. Spleichel there. Puck's loose. Defenseman for the Quake, Janssen, was caught on the other side. It goes all the way around. The Bulls go on a line change. And now the Quake get called on an offsides on a power play.
It's easy and it's inexpensive.
Right now we got Spleichel, Fricky, Janssen, and Sam Bassage out there. As Chris Andre comes out. Spleichel and Herman on the face-off, won by Herman. Can't be controlled. Quake still on the power play for 43 seconds. See if they can get some set up here. As Fricky has it, he goes up ahead to Andre. Andre races through and right past Neely, and then loses an edge and goes down hard in the boards. Still controlled by the Quake. As Spleichel and Neely are there. Now Andre has it behind the goal. Andre out to the point to Sandura. Sandura over to Hardick, gets sent back across. Hardick's going to keep it in for the Quake. Over to Spleichel in the corner. Spleichel has it. Spleichel still has it. Puck's loose, and it's going to be picked up. I'm guessing by George Spleichel. It just kind of drifted through the crease, and Spleichel just saw it and took a whack at it and put it in the goal. The Yellowstone Quake goal by George Spleichel. As the Yellowstone Quake are up now 2-1. We'll get the official word there. It looked like Spleichel, but Andre was in the area to see who gets it here. Your Yellowstone Quake are up 2-1. Back to action as Fabian goes for the drop. That's going to be won by the captain, number 10, Easley. So Bassage and Hardick get the assist. Spleichel gets the goal. The Yellowstone Quake are up 1-0. As Schletty is there for another save. As we have the Fabian, Stanley, Andre line out there. So there's another one. As Fabian's now going to have it. He's looking at cross ice for Stanley. Couldn't control that, but Slutty's going to get there for the Quake, so icing's going to be waved off. And all the way back goes Ole Janssen. Janssen behind the goal to Sandur. He couldn't control that. Andre tips it out to center ice. Going to be sent back in as Janssen has it. Janssen sends up ahead. Big collision there all the way across for Stanley. Stanley just going to send that in as Chris Andre gives chase. Andre does a nice job faking, still controlling it. Looking over to Fricky. Fricky sends it in. Puck never gets on net, and Fricky's going to control it now at center ice. He's going to give way to Lozier. Lozier up ahead to Fade. Fade's going to go ahead and send that in. Slutty's back there for the Bulls. Puck still in the corner. Schluty has it behind his goal. Schluty's going to try and bring that out. He's going to give up as Lozier just absolutely lambastes one of the players. Fade there to Newman. Newman shoots and scores! Josh Newman with the goal for your Yellowstone Quake, and now the Yellowstone Quake are up 3-0. Not more than a minute and 20 seconds later, Yellowstone Quake score again as Josh Newman tickles the twine. I'm sure he's going to be assisted by TJ Lozier, as Lozier did a good job there to keep it in the zone, but we'll wait for the official word. And your Yellowstone Quake are now up 3-1 on the Billings Bulls. The faceoff's won there by Alex Herman. And Sandura has it. He's going to send it off and into the stands. As Josh Newman gets the goal, he's going to be assisted by Michael Fade and TJ Lozier on the assist to make this a 3-1 game. As Spleichel has it behind the net. It's going off to Andrew Lansing. Lansing looking for a pass for Tisch. Tisch kind of sends it back to center ice. There's a big pile up as Tisch battles with Nasby. That's going to be sent in. Schletty picks that up. Now Sandura has it. Sandura over to Basic, over to Tisch. Nasby's now going to control it. Tisch still there. Tisch is going to go in head first to the net. I don't think they're going to give Jimmy Tisch a goal there, but he certainly scored head first. As he was taken down by Nasby from behind. No call. Jimmy Tisch was in the net, but the puck wasn't. That should be a goal. Heck of an effort by Tisch. Now Fricky has some words to see if he can get a penalty out of it. Him and Lozier get together with the official tonight, Chris Delaney. We'll see if they can sway Delaney at all to get a penalty here. Delaney says, no way, that's not going to happen. Both skaters skate off, and we get ready for the drop of the puck now. Looks like they're going to bring the face-off just outside the Billings Bulls zone here. Looks like it's going to be the Fabian Andre Basic line, along with Fricky and Janssen on defense. As Stark and Fabian get together, Stark takes Fabian's helmet off, and now Stark's going to pick up a 2-minute penalty. And it looks like Stark's going to be ejected. Stark's going to get 2 minutes. So Stark's going to get 5 minutes for moving another player's helmet. As him and Fabian got together, Fabian looked like they got together. Fabian was kind of low, and it looked like Stark's stick was behind him, and he went to jerk it away. And Fabian's helmet came off. So Stark's going to get 5 minutes for moving a helmet and a game ejection. So now the Billings Bulls are down their captain, Jarrett Stark. As now Alex Herman, one of the assistant captains, and the Quake captain, TJ Lozier, get together for a call. And now it looks like Coach Brad Zangs isn't okay with that call. He wants a little more. So he's trying to persuade him to see if he can have more of a penalty. As now Zangs and the official are together talking about it. And they'll have the face-off down in the Billings Bulls end, as they're going to be down a man for 5 minutes here, as the Quake will have a 5-minute power play. Well, now there's going to be another stoppage of action, as Mr. Delaney is really busy in this intersection here trying to get everything sorted out. He gets the scoring booth figured out now. And the Quake are going to have a double minor power play here for 5 minutes. As Janssen goes back to pick it up, he's going to send it over to Fricky. Fricky, as he looks up, that's going to be knocked down by Herman. Herman's going to send it back into the Quake end. Janssen's going to take a nice little jaunt back to pick that up. He's going to give it away to Speichel. No, excuse me, Jimmy Tisch. Tisch flies down the ice. Off to Basic. Tisch has it. Tisch still has it. He's going for a centering pass. That's knocked away. And Janssen's going to have to come all the way out to regain the puck here. Janssen's going to go up ahead looking for Spleichel. That's intercepted. Right now the Quake aren't connecting on their power play passes as Janssen's going to pick it up. He's going to give way to Sam Bassage. Bassage is going to pick it up and fly up the ice. He goes past the center line. Now the blue line. Over to Spleichel. Centering pass for Spleichel. Spleichel shoots. That's going to be knocked wide. Sandura is there to pick it up. As him and Janssen have switched. Now it's behind the net as the Quaker playing the game. It looks like Bassage and Spleichel. There's Fricky went down right in front of the goal. Spleichel has it. He circles around. Send back. Centering pass to Bassage. Couldn't control it there. Billings sends it back out. It's going to be sent back in by Fricky. Off the boards as Wilkinson goes to pick it up for the Bulls. Wilkinson tries to clear. That doesn't happen as Bryant Stanley had it. And we have a whistle. Looks like we're going to have a hand pass. The Quakers are going to be called for a hand pass. As assistant coach Tim Lozier gets the explanation on that. Fricky didn't like his explanation, so he's going to get a word from Chris Delaney now. And we're going to have our TV timeout, our second TV timeout of the game so far, as obviously we're in the second period. And a great time to thank some of our sponsors, as always, the great folks at TCT West, as they bring you each and every Yellowstone Quake hockey game. And folks, I guess you probably don't realize, but the majority of the people that are bringing these hockey games for TCT West are high school kids that do an outstanding job here at Cody High School, grabbing a little extra dough to bring you each and every game here for TCT West. As always, you can catch every Yellowstone Quake hockey home game by TCT West on mywyoming.org. That is mywyoming.org and YellowstoneQuake.com. Along with that great sponsor, TCT West, let's give a shout out to Yellowstone Sports Medicine, Wells Fargo, the Best Western Sunset Motor Inn, David Taylor, General Dentistry, Nature's Design Taxidermy, the Chamberlain Inn, the Legacy Inn. As all these fine sponsors help you bring this game. As Shane Fabian now goes in for the face-off, it's going to be one to Chris Andre. Andre gets tied up. It's going to be sent back as the Quakers still on the power play for 3 minutes and 23 seconds. As Hardick's there to pick it up for the Quake behind his goal. He's waiting to get things set up here. He's going to go up ahead to Chris Andre. Andre's going to go over to Fabian, cross eyes. Fabian's going to send it in. The puck's loose as Wilkins is behind his net battling for it. And now the goal comes off the moorings for the stop of the action here as we get the goal set back up. Pardon me, folks, as Wackerly has some issues, thinking maybe it was a delay of game that the Quake intentionally took the net off the mooring. I'm not sure anybody's, even the little hockey players, wants to skate full speed into one of those goal frames. They do give way a little, but it won't be nice. As your Yellowstone Quaker currently up 3-1 on their arch rivals to the north, the Billings Bulls, as George Spleichel goes in for the faceoff. Spleichel's going to win that. Looking for it. It's going to come back to Behrens. Behrens now to Sandura. Sandura takes a shot. That's knocked away. Tried to clear it. Bassage there. Out to the point to Behrens. Behrens to Sandura. Back to Bassage, and Wackerly makes a great save there. Behrens keeps it in with a nice glove save. There's a centering pass to Tisch. Tisch couldn't control it. Back over. Nick Rizzo intercepts a Bassage pass. Is looking for Jimmy Tisch. A centering pass there, and he's trying to tie it up. His three Quake players are there. Now back to the point to Sandura. Sandura's going to bring it in as two Quake players are down in the middle of the net. Bassage has a chance, though. Sandura went all the way around the net. Made a nice pass to to Sam Bassage. Bassage quick shot. Wackerly there to pick it up for the Billings Bulls to stop of action. We still have 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in this power play goal. Your Yellowstone Quaker currently up 3-1 and on the power play. as Shane Fabian goes for the face-off. That's going to be controlled. Fricky has it at the point. He's going to shoot it across. Now to the point to Janssen. Janssen's going to take a slap shot that goes off the blocker of Wackerly. Now to Fricky. Fricky goes off the boards. There's a centering pass. Fabian couldn't quite control that. The Bulls still trying to get it out. The Bulls get away with a slashing call there as Andre has it now to the center line. Over to Janssen. Janssen over to Fabian. Fabian's going to wind up and take a shot. No chance there as Wackerly is up to the challenge with the glove. So he flashes, not really flashed a little leather, as point blank chest high to him. Wackerly had no problem controlling that one. Probably like to see that shot go a little bit lower to see if we can get a rebound out of it. Shane Fabian in. He's going to be in the corners. Wilkinson for Billings is trying to try and send it in. He's going to be harassed. Brian Stanley had it. Now over to Fabian. Fabian's going to send it to Fricky in the point. Fricky's going to send it back in the corner as Fabian is still there. And it's going to be picked up and pushed off by Nasby, and that's going to go off Fricky's shoulder and out of play into the bench of your Yellowstone Quake, who currently up 3-1. And Chris Andre goes through a couple of the Billings Bulls players and has a couple words to be said. Apparently the officials didn't see that one. It looks like we've got Sam Bassett, Spleichel, and Jimmy Tisch out there. Minute 28 left in the power play for the Quake, along with Michael Behrens and Kyle Sandura. The puck sent in. Spleichel goes down. Jimmy Tisch has it behind the Bulls zone. Over to Sandura, who couldn't control it. Now there's a race for the puck, as Thompson for the Bulls gives chase over to Michael, but Michael Behrens goes to control it. Behrens goes across to Spleichel. Spleichel has it to the right of Wackerly. He's going to go behind the net. Now he's going to put the brakes on. And Nick Rizzo's going to come out with it, but Spleichel's going to harass him, and Jimmy Tisch now gets involved down in the corner. The officials are letting them play, and precious seconds going off the clock for your Yellowstone Quaker on the 5-minute power play and have yet to score on it. Sandura now has it for the point. He takes a shot. Somehow Wackerly saw that as Sam Bassett now has it. He's going out to the point to Michael Behrens. Behrens centers it. That's not controlled, as Steven Thompson's going to pick it up for the Bulls and send it the length of the ice, and the Bulls are going to try and go on a line change. Who almost a mix-up there. Now it's going to go off to Michael Behrens. Behrens is going to have it. He makes some nifty footwork off to Josh Newman, but Nasby there to steal it. Nasby comes in. Josh Newman's going to come away with it. He's looking for Mitchell Fade. Fade goes for a centering splat. Spleichel can't get there. He was tied up. Spleichel has it now in the corner. Coming out to Behrens. Behrens going across to Fricky. The Billings Bulls are full strength. The Billings Bulls just killed off a 5-minute power play. As Whitehead comes in, he takes a shot. Schletty there to control that. Now Fricky has it behind his goal. All the way around to Newman. Newman going to leave it off to Lozier. Lozier couldn't quite get there for that. Fricky's going to have to come pick up the trash and send it in. He tries to. He gets slam-basted as Coulter Indy has it now for the Bulls. Ole Jansson harasses him, and now Fricky's going to get involved. Fricky loses, or Indy for Billings loses his stick as TJ Lozier comes out with it. He tries to go off the boards. Dixon Whitehead still calling all sorts of havoc as the Yellowstone Quaker unable to clear this puck. There's the centering pass. Now Josh Newman goes down, but Lozier's going to come out with it. Lozier makes a couple moves. Now he's going across. His pass is intercepted. And now there's going to be a slap shot by Coulter Indy that's going to be picked up by Jared Schletty there. There's a long shift there by the Lozier-Newman line. Unable, they come out unscathed as the Quake go for a line change now. Looks like it's going to be the Fabian Bassett Andre line. They're going to be defensed with Lansing and Sandura. As the Billings Bulls, Christopher Tim comes in for the faceoff. Neutral draw, but Sandura controls it in the corner over to Andre. Andre leaves it for Lansing over to Fabian. That's going to be controlled, and now Sandura is going to race across center ice. 2-on-2 with the Quake. He's got Fabian with him, centering for Fabian. Fabian's knocked off the puck, but it goes down in the corner as Fabian goes down. Christopher Timms tries to control it, quickly keep it in, go for a centering pass. That doesn't happen there. Has easily had it. He's going to send that in. Go off one of the linesmen now, and Bassage has it. Bassage brings it in. Drop pass for Andre. Andre circles around. He sends it through the crease. Nothing happens there. Sent back to the corner. Lansing keeps it in. Andre and Ging Martin get together in the corner there. As the Bulls try and clear it, and they do. As the Quaker going on a line change here. The Billings Bulls, Schletty's going to go ahead and send that in. Dixon Whitehead back as Landry Lansing tries to play it. Michael Behrens couldn't get his stick on it. Dixon Whitehead's going to send it out. This is going to be flipped out. Icing's waved off here as Michael Behrens gives chase. As Dexter Neely tries to control it behind his note. The Quake have it now. Looks like Spleichel. Speichel's coming out to Janssen. Janssen takes a shot that gets tipped wide by Jimmy Tisch as he's going for a tip there. Down in the Tisch is going to come away with it. There's a mouthpiece on the ice. Nothing happens there with the centering pass. Spleichel has it. Spleichel now behind the goal. Centering pass. Spleichel there. Everybody, puck's still loose. Puck's still loose, and now the official's going to stop it. As both teams get together, tensions are starting to get high here. As the officials try and square everything out here. And it look like anything's going to come of this one. 3 minutes left in the second period, folks, and your Yellowstone Quake looking to end a two-game losing skid are up 3-1 as both teams go on a line change. Looks like Fabian's going to go on the draw here. Fabian was tied up, kind of an even strength draw really. But it's going to be controlled at center ice by Ole Janssen. Janssen's going to go ahead and send it in wide. As Fabian gives chase in the corner along with Chris Andre. Still in the corner, Fricky's going to keep it in. Ooh, and apparently he didn't keep it in. He's going to be, Quaker going to be called on a delayed offsides call, and the faceoff's going to come just outside the Billings Bulls end here. As Fabian and Christopher Tim going to go in on the draw. It's going to be won by Tim. Picked up by the Bulls, set to center ice. Fricky there to send it back into the Bulls end. And that's going to go all the way down, and an icing call for the Billings Bulls. So wait for the officials to pick it up and go all the way to the end. Look now like Wilkinson and Chris Andre had some words. Obviously, you can see, you probably watched enough of these Yellowstone Quake games. The American West Hockey League is much cleaner than the NORPAC League that the Quake played in last year, and even this year the NORPAC is pretty well out of control with the fighting and stuff. Realistically, I think this is my fourth game this year, fourth or fifth, and I have yet to see a fight, which I guess from a commentator standpoint is much appreciated. I'd like to rather see a hockey game than a boxing match out on the ice. And now we have a delayed penalty call here. As one of the officials had the words for Mr. Chris Delaney. Looks like it's going to be Chris Andre.
Quake penalty number 19, Chris Andre, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct.
So Chris Andre gets 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct, and the Yellowstone Quaker are going to go down a man with 2 minutes and 22 seconds left in the period. The second period, the Billings Bulls will now be on a power play. It looks like they're going to start out the power play with Spleichel, Fricky, Janssen, and Behrens, as there's a high blast that wasn't on net, but high enough for Schletty to control it as we get a cover up. And we'll go back as it looks like Spleichel is trying to get his offense set up. Christopher Timms trying to get the Billings Bulls offense set up. Spleichel wins the draw. Janssen can't clear it. Over to Wilkinson at the point for Billings. He's going to go down now to Reed Kaiser. Kaiser over to Wilkinson, back over. Now up to the point. I think that's going to be 16, Nick Rizzo. Kaiser's going to control it. Kaiser over to Rizzo. Rizzo over to Christopher Timms. Back over to Rizzo, over to Wilkinson. Wilkinson's going to take a shot that goes wide. Long rebound. Sleddy was out of position. The Quake couldn't control it, but they do, as Rizzo has to go back and pick it up. There's 3 Quake players. Nobody's quite sure who has it. And it looks like Ole Jansson's going to send it in and make Rizzo go all the way down, as Sam Bassich is going to pick it up. Nobody contested in the Bulls' end, as now Adam Wilkinson's going to come pick it up for Billings. Wilkinson's going to skate it up. He goes for a pass. That's going to be deflected as Jimmy Tisch picks it up, tries to send it in. Wilkinson's going to pick it up, or excuse me, that's going to be Nick Rizzo's going to pick it up, send it in again as the Bulls are on a line change. As Stephen Thompson on there with Alex Herman. There's going to be a blast. It doesn't get through, but the puck's loose. Sam Bassich is going to be there to pick up the trash and send it the length of the ice, and the Bulls or the Quake are trying to go on a line change. There's a puck there. Sam Bassich is going to pick it up again and send it the length of the ice. And Michael Barron's behind the net to greet them now as Fabian gets blasted on some great forechecking. And the puck's going to be sent all the way down as Colter Indy's going to try and pick it up for Billings on an odd man rush. Now Indy's going to pick up Janssen, have some words for him as he tried to tie him up and try and take off his helmet. I wouldn't suggest that for Colter Indy. The Billings Bulls have already had one person ejected from this game for doing that. That was our captain, Jared Stark. Barons has it, Barons shoots. That's going to be knocked down by Wackerly. The Quake doing a great job now on their forechecking. Billings is going to come out with it. Be a shot on net. Ole Jansson's going to have to back to battle with Stephen Thompson. That's going to bring an end to the second period. As your Yellowstone Quake are up 3-1 on the Billings Bulls. And the scoring got started in the second period as George Spleitzel scored a power play goal. He was assisted by Cameron Hardiak and Sam Bassich. 7:09 into the second period. George Spleitzel's power play goal made this game 2-1 for your Yellowstone Quake. And then Josh Newman with 8 minutes and 28 seconds into the second period. Josh Newman scores a goal. He was assisted by Mitchell Fade and TJ Lozier to make this a 3-1 game. And that's currently where it stands at the end of 2. Looking at the penalties, Adam Wilkinson and Michael Barons got together 3 minutes and 39 seconds into the second period. Adam Wilkinson got busted for a head contact 2-minute minor. Michael Barons gets busted for roughing a 2-minute minor. Both those penalties were offsetting. And then 5 minutes and 15 seconds into the second period, Nick Rizzo gets busted 2 minutes for tripping for Billings. So the Quake went on a power play, unable to score. And then 9 minutes and 13 seconds into the second period, off a face-off, Jarrett Stark and Shane Fabian get together. Jarrett Stark goes to get loose and ends up taking the helmet off of Shane Fabian. So he gets a 5-minute misconduct for taking an opponent's headgear off, for grabbing the face mask, and a 10-minute game ejection for removing of an opponent's helmet. Now he was ejected out of this game, and the Yellowstone Quake went on a 5-minute power play opportunity and were unable to score. So we will have to remember that, folks. With a little over 10 minutes left in the game, the Quake